Disclaimer. This product is meant for educational purposes only. Any resemblance to real persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Void where prohibited. Some assembly required. List each check separately by bank number. Batteries not included. Contents may settle during shipment. Use only as directed. No other warranty expressed or implied. Do not use while operating motor vehicle or heavy equipment. Postage will be paid by addressee. Subject to CAV approval. This is not an offer to sell securities. Apply only to affected area. May be too intense for some viewers. No transfers issued until the bus comes to a complete stop. Package sold by weight, not volume. Your mileage may vary. Please do not sue me. This supersedes all previous notices.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
I'm Hope.
I'm Kaylee, and welcome to Kill a Mockingbird in a Nutshell.
So, to start off, let's learn about the characters.
So firstly, we have Scout. She is the narrator that tells us the story of her growing up in a small town in Alabama called Macomb County. When the book first begins, she is, quote-unquote, almost 6.
Secondly, we have Scooty Booty's brother, Jem. Rockboy here is the cool older brother everyone wants. Just kidding. He's not that cool. He's just your average young child man growing up. When he begins the book, he is, quote-unquote, nearly 10.
Thirdly, we have Dill, aka Evil Cucumber, because we all know that pickles are cucumbers soaked in evil. Pickle Boy comes during the summer to visit Scoot and Rockboy. Dill lives in Meridian with his mom and his stepdad.
Frothly, there's the coolest dad ever, Atticus Finch, the Birdman himself. He is Scoot's and Rockboy's father. He's a lawyer, but he's also like the deadliest shot in Macomb.
And lastly, probably, is Calpurnia, the wonderful African-American maid that works for the Finch family. She's cool. She's kind of like a mother figure for Scout and Jem, because their real mom kinda...
Who can say where the road goes?
So yeah, let's continue. Scoot and Rockboy do plays. Evil Cucumber sees picture shows and tells the bird children all about them when he visits. They act it out. Scooty Bubble starts school. Her teacher's Miss Caroline. She doesn't like that Scoot already knows how to read and write. The reader is then confused. As our present-day existence, we do not understand why she would feel this way, but then we realize that this is her first time teaching and she was taught to teach a certain way. And as Atticus puts it, you never really understand a person until you consider things from their point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. That's fun. We also meet Walter Cunningham. Miss Caroline makes the mistake of offering him a quarter because he forgot his lunch. He doesn't take it, though, because he's Cunningham, and he don't take what he can pay back because he's poor, and he's just trying to be a good person. The Rock Boy is cool and invites Walter over for lunch. Scooter is rude to Water, and Calipurpur doesn't like it. After dinner, we meet Burris Yule. He's kind of a meanie pants, and he also is dirty and has cooties. After that, there's the Radley place, where Spoopy Boo Radley lives. He's a mysterious shut-in that matters later. He has an older brother named Nathan Radley that visits. In front of their house is a tree, and the bird chidlins pass it walking home from school. One day there are some pieces of gum in it, and Scout decides to take it and chews it. Jem gets home later than Scout, but when Jem got home, he made her spit it out because he thought it might kill her because it was from the Radley place. Then they find polished pennies in there, and they agree to leave them, but if someone doesn't claim them in a few days, they take them. When summer rolls around again, Dill is back. Instead of trying to make Boo Radley come out... Wait, what? Oh, I forgot about that. Oops. I forgot to mention that last summer Dill wanted to try and make Boo come out of his house, but I digress. So, Dill comes up with a new game where they are all members of the Bradley family. One day the Birdman himself catches them using scissors and warns them that scissors aren't something to be played with. After that, Scout and Miss Monty talk while German Evil Cucumber do stuff on their own. They talk about some cool stuff. She make the kids cake. She's cool. The summer ends, but the last night before Dill leaves, the kiddos try and see Boopy through the window. But Mr. Nathan fires the gun and the kids rush out. But, oh no! Jem lost his pants! Where are your pants, son? Atticus asks. He thinks the kids were playing strip poker, but they were actually just playing with matches, Jem says. When Scooty Booty starts second grade and leaves with the Rock Boy at 3, In the Radley tree, the next few days, siblings find a gray ball of twine, soap dolls that look like them, 3 spoopy 5 me, and a full package of chewing gum, a medal from a spelling bee before they were born, and a pocket watch that wouldn't run. They are thankful and leave a note, but the next day, Nathan Radley filled the hole with cement. Then it's winter and it snows! They make a snowman. Miss Maudie's house gets lit! And it's scary. And after it's over, Atticus sees that Scout's wearing a blanket that isn't theirs. We can assume Boo has given it to her since they were standing by his house. Next, people are accusing Atticus of defending What? I just said knickknacks. They're cool and there's nothing wrong with that. Scout walks away from a fight because of Atticus's promise. Uncle Jack comes for Christmas and everyone gathers at Finch Landing. Francis calls Atticus a knickknack lover and Scout gets angry with him.
The Birdman and Uncle Jack talk about the upcoming court case Atticus got and Scout's behavior. Then there's this dog with rabies, even though it's February. And that's how we find out that the coolest dad ever is the deadliest shot in Maycomb. He shot the dog with rabies, and it's kind of sad, but it's also fine because the dog had rabies. Scoof and Gemma are done tormenting the spoopy boopy doopy and get down to business, as in the business section of Maycomb. Scooter wants a baton and Rocky Stoneman wants a toy steam engine. To get to the business section, they had to pass Miss Lafayette DeBose's house. She was rumored to have a CSA pistol under the various blankets she had on her. She wasn't the most enjoyable person to be around. She says mean things to Jim and Scout. When Jim gets Scout's baton and his steam engine with his birthday money, and Mrs. DeBose says something else mean, Jim cuts down her camellias with Scout's baton and then snaps it in half because he was so angry! Then Atticus finds out and makes Jem go read to Mrs. DeBose every day for a month. Scout came along. As it went on, they realized that they were leaving later and later every day. After Mrs. DeBose dies, the kiddos find out that she was fighting a morphine addiction. That's why they were leaving later and later. Atticus brings him a box and Jem opens it. It contained a perfect camellia.
Then Jem says,
"Oh gorsh, no, why can't she just leave me alone?" Then Atticus was like, "Sonno, listen here." It's her way of saying that everything's alright. I would have made you read to her even if you didn't destroy her camellias because I wanted you to see something about her, what real courage is. Instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand. It's when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. You rarely win, but sometimes you do. Mrs. DeBose won. All 98 pounds of her. According to her views, she died beholden to nothing and nobody. She was the bravest person I ever knew. And now, this is where I leave, and I shall leave you with those words. Prepare for part 2. See you later, alligators!